Hello, hello everyone. Today our presentation is going to be about Christopher Columbus and the Big Apple. So, a brief overview of the Christopher Columbus. He was born in Genoa, Italy in 1451. He was an Italian explorer and navigator from the Republic of Genoa, whatever it's called, is known for being the explorer that discovered the New World. Christopher Columbus and the Big Apple historical context. One of the important facts was that he donated to the city by immigrants in 1892. In 1892 was the 400th anniversary of Columbus' first voyage. This particular circle was located in the 59th Street Columbus Circle, and in 17 it was 76-foot high memorial at the center of Columbus Circle. So it was very big. The Columbus Circle was very huge, and the statue's purpose is to honor Columbus for discovering the New World. So yeah, we're gonna go to the next slide. The start of the demolition. We also wanted to mention about the demolition. So the statue of Christopher Columbus in Mexico City to be replaced by the female figure. Okay, more than 6,000 places in the US took their name from Christopher Columbus. So 6,000 places in the US took their name from Christopher Columbus. This very important fact. Columbus statue in Richmond, Virginia was turned by the protesters. So in the Virginia state, there was a protesters that turned down the statue, the Columbus statue. Columbus statue in Boston was decapitated. So Boston, Richmond, 6,000 places in US took their name from Christopher Columbus. That's a very huge number. But why? The question is, why does that happen? Okay. In the words of the people, the Columbus was a rapist, a murderer, and his actions led to the genocide of the indigenous people. He didn't discover America. So that was the statement of the people who actually was turning his statue in Boston, in Virginia. So their statement was he didn't discover America, which is very surprising. So the views in the Big Apple. First fact, in regards to the New York's Puerto Rican community, from the moment he arrived in the New World, he immediately seized 6 Taino natives, remarking in his log that the people here would make good servants. Okay. Also, in regards to the New York's Italian community, Italian immigrants adopted Columbus as the one of their own, a symbol of their own portion of the new life offered by America. Okay, so we have Puerto Rican, we have Italian community, also others communities conflicted as Columbus' reputation gets dragged through the mud and the truth of history is spoken about for what it is. Okay, critics of the Columbus and the statue honoring him say that he was a murderous colonizer who exploited Native Americans and others. So it wasn't very good reputation for the Columbus, as what we're reading right now. Those defending Columbus accused critics of attempting to hastily whitewash history. So in this particular slideshow, we can see actually the more details why the Columbus statue was actually turned in those cities of Richmond, Boston, and the other cities. Okay. Where does the Big Apple stand? City Commission decision, statue stays. Informational about the explorer's life will be added, and a monument to the indigenous people will be built nearby. Thousands of New Yorkers got involved in the process of conducting a 90 days review of symbols of hate on city property, including the statue of Columbus. Okay, Mayor de Blasio stated, our approach will focus on adding detail to instead of removing entirely the representations of these histories, and will be taking a hard look at who has been left out and seeing where we can add New York to ensure our public spaces reflect the diversity and values of our great city. Okay, so we have Mayor de Blasio, and we have thousands of New Yorkers got involved in the process of conducting 90 days review. Is this where it ends? There are still 149 statues of Christopher Columbus in US, okay? So Columbus controversies has spread throughout the nation. Resentment still grows in silence and out loud, and statues are still being questioned. So there's a big question, should the statue be in this particular city or not, basically. The reference of feminizing Columbus to Columbia is also being taken note of. Okay, so some people is taking note of that Columbus should be present to Columbia. Okay, Columbus is a shifting symbol. And that's it. Yeah, that's the end of the presentation. So guys, if you have any questions, please ask me. Um, Christopher Columbus was one of the people who discovered America, even though his statues was torn. Some statues are still there. You see 149 statues of Christopher Columbus still in the US. So if you guys have any questions, please ask me. And yeah, thank you very much for your attention.